Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? I hope everyone's doing great. I am so excited to welcome you this morning to our first Western Guilford Middle School beginning of year virtual assembly. I'm so glad to welcome you to Tigerland, and we are looking forward to a fantastic year. We know that we've had some challenges this morning. We know that NC Cloud is down. However, we are moving forward. We are going to give you guys some important information this morning that will help you be successful this school year. So I'm going to share my screen with you. If you guys will bear with me, hold on one moment. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we're going to get started. And again, hopefully everyone can see my screen this morning. And I'm going to start by, of course, welcoming you as we have just a moment ago. Our theme this year is WGMS Stronger Together. And just so you know a little bit about our school, our mission and vision, Western Guilford Middle School equips students with the confidence, the vision, skills, and knowledge to see and actively reach for a better tomorrow for themselves, our community, and our nation. So it's important for you to know this is what we're all believing that we're working together to do. And our vision is that we will inspire community minded students who value lifelong learning, who are accomplishing um, critical thinking, accomplished critical thinkers, and who are prepared to be tomorrow's leaders. So we believe that all of our Western Guilford Middle School Tigers certainly lead. So first, I want to introduce you to our amazing administration. I'm the very proud principal, Mrs. Brown. I'm so glad to welcome you all today. We also have our phenomenal assistant principals, Mr. Arrington, who works primarily with 8th grade. He also supports 7th grade. And Mr. Walter, who works primarily with 6th grade, and he also supports 7th grade. We also have our curriculum facilitator, Mrs. McClanahan, and we have Miss Robertson, who's our MTSS coordinator. Mr. Arrington and Mr. Walter will be joining me this morning. Mrs. McClanahan and Miss Robertson are working hard to distribute tablets this morning. So if you've not received your tablet yet, if you need to pick that up, you can do that by coming to our school and driving to the rear of our campus near the athletic fields, and they will assist you. Be sure you remember to wear your mask and make sure you sign up to get a tablet before you come in. Okay, so the first thing is where we are right now. Where are we right now? We are in our first day of remote learning. Unfortunately, NC Cloud is down, which means that none of us can access Canvas or Power School right now, which is, of course, a challenge, but we'll be patient and we will work that out because that is a statewide issue. However, hopefully, most of you have received a schedule. It's called a remote learning schedule in the mail, and you've also received your class schedule. So those two things will help you know when to access your lessons. Every single day, there are 4 lessons posted for the first, I said first 4 weeks, but it should be first 3 weeks. That was my error there. For the first 3 weeks, and you'll find the core lessons based on the remote learning schedule on your core teachers Canvas pages. So for example, simple. If today we have a math lesson posted, you're going to go to your math teacher's page and get that lesson. Now, of course, today you can't do that because NC Cloud is down, but under normal circumstances, that's what you would do. For the Encore classes, you will go to your Encore teachers' Canvas pages to get that information. So let's say that the lesson for today is a PE lesson and you are enrolled in PE, you can go to the PE teachers page and pull that lesson off. Now, if you're not enrolled in PE this semester, you don't need to worry about that PE lesson, only if you're taking those classes, okay? So hopefully that will all be explained in the remote learning schedule that you received. If you are not clear, you have questions, you can reach out to your homeroom teachers and they'll help you with that. Now, there are 3 classes that are just special for us for the first 3 weeks of school, and those are called SEL, which is social emotional learning, because we want to be in touch with how you're feeling and what we can do to support you, media lessons, and also blended learning lessons. Those are special for the first 3 weeks. You will get those 3 lessons from your homeroom teachers pages. And again, your homeroom teachers will go over this with you as soon as we're able to get back into Canvas. They'll explain it to you. So if you can't get in today, please don't worry, don't stress. It will not be counted against you at all. We are just glad that you're joining us today. Okay, I've got a fun fact. Which administrator played the trumpet at North Carolina A&T? Which administrator played the trumpet at North Carolina A&T? I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. Who of the administrators that I introduced, and I'll go back and show them to you, which one do you think played the trumpet at North Carolina A&T? Give you 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Okay. It's Mr. Arrington. Mr. Arrington played the trumpet at North Carolina A&T. He is an Aggie through and through, and he'll be glad to tell you more about his experiences with that. It's my pleasure to introduce our school superheroes. Those begin with our cafeteria manager and cafeteria staff, headed up by our cafeteria manager, Ms. Waltz. She is fantastic, and we look forward to seeing her when you guys come back face to face, hopefully. We also have our phenomenal lead custodian, Miss Purcell. We call her Miss Susie, and she has worked so hard this summer to make sure our building is clean for you. And then we have Mr. Isley, and you can see his personality is full of joy. He loves to laugh. You will see him if you come in the building in the afternoon. So of course, right now you won't see these folks until you're back in the building, but we want to thank them for all their hard work this year. We also have a phenomenal front office staff that includes Ms. Edmonds, our front desk receptionist. She is the voice that you probably have heard most of the summer. And as you call in this fall, she's one of our fantastic office folks. We also have Ms. Hill, our data manager, and she's the person that helps with registration, making sure that you're in your classes. Also parents helping you with parent assist when that comes back up. So we thank Ms. Hill. And Ms. Miller, she's our treasurer. She makes sure that everyone has what they need in terms of our funds. And if you have any questions about any funds that maybe you should have received or anything like that, please let her know. And Ms. Draper, our counseling secretary, who also helps in the front office. And then Officer Blunt. Officer Blunt is in our front office. He's also part of our admin team. So we certainly are looking forward to seeing him back this fall. Okay, I got another trivia question here. Which of our office staff rides a Harley? Which do you think rides a Harley? So I'm going to switch it back. Give you about 5 more seconds. Who do you think rides a Harley Davidson? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who might it be? It's Miss Hill. Miss Hill, our data manager, rides a Harley Davidson. She doesn't ride at the school, but she certainly is able to do that. And I'm sure you can talk to her about that when you have a chance. So now I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Walter. Mr. Walter, are you there? Mr. Walter, I think he may be having some technical difficulties. Well, that's okay. We'll continue. I'm going to continue on, and hopefully he's able to jump back in soon. Okay, so we'll continue. The next question I want to answer is, how will attendance be taken? How will my teachers know I'm here, and will attendance count? Well, on a normal day, you would be able to check your attendance through Canvas. We know that's not the case today, but every teacher in their homeroom classes are going to post a question of the day. And that question of the day will be posted by no later than 11 a.m. It will be the way that our teachers take attendance. So that's really important that on a regular day that you do that. So on today, because of course we know you can't do that, we're going to send out a Connect Ed message, and that Connect Ed will let your parents let us know that you are present today. You are ready to go, and we'll use that to take our attendance today. Of course, we'll be very flexible knowing that Canvas was down today and some folks were not able to access it. So please do not stress out by that, but be prepared to respond to that Connect Ed call that's going to go out. And that's what will happen on days that you may forget to answer the question of the day. Your parent will have to verify that you were participating. And of course, we'll see the interaction and assignments that you posted to support that. So please make sure that you're present every day. We want you to be successful, and it's important that you're present because attendance does matter for every student every day. Okay, so we're going to continue on. I'm going to introduce our wonderful Exquisite EC Department, and beginning with, I'm going to start on the left here, Miss Garner. She teaches 7th and 8th grade math inclusion. Miss Ostrom is 7th and 8th grade math, ELA inclusion, excuse me. We have Miss Sue, who's one of our teacher assistants, as well as Coach Walker and Coach Beard, who teaches adaptive. And then on our bottom row, we have our brand new speech pathologist, Miss Molesky. We have Miss Purcell that works with 6th grade inclusion. Mr. Hurley that teaches math resource. We have Miss Turner, one of our teacher assistants. Miss Gatson, who teaches ELA resource, and Miss Day, who's also a teacher assistant. So our fantastic EC department, we're so glad to welcome all of you this school year. And I have a question, some trivia. Which EC teacher's first job was teaching in Jamaica? Who do you think that was? Take a minute to ponder that. Let me go back. Let you take a look. Let's take about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Which one is it? Let's find out. First job was teaching in Jamaica. It's Miss Ostrom. Miss Ostrom teaches 7th and 8th grade inclusion, ELA inclusion, and her very first job was teaching in Jamaica. So you need to ask her about that experience. Okay, so we're going to continue on, and hopefully Mr. Arrington can jump in. Mr. Arrington, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you jump on in with our next slide. Can you see there?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. It's all yours.
All right, good morning, Tiger family. Welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. So excited about this year. And I'm Mr. Arrington. As Ms. Brown stated, I primarily work with 8th grade as the administrator, and I also support 7th grade, but we all work together as a team and we all support each other. So when should I turn in work? Will grades count? You should submit all assignments each week through your Canvas page. Assignments will be graded and grades will be assigned at the end of each interim and quarter. So each 9 weeks, you should receive grades via Canvas. Grades can be checked on Canvas or PowerSchool by parents or students. Grades should be updated each week. And for parents, if you have any questions about getting into PowerSchool and being able to visually see your students' Canvas page and or their PowerSchool pages, please reach out to our data manager, and she would definitely, Ms. Hill, and she would definitely assist you with that. So for the amazing 8th grade team, this year it's a little different for our 8th grade team. In the past, we would do departmentalization. And so we just focused on departments, but we still worked as a team regardless. But this year we do have 2 different teams. We have Team A and Team B. So students that are on Team A, you guys will have the same math, language arts, science, and social studies teacher. So on Team A, we have Miss Patrick. So she is new to us this year. She will teach math 8, and math 1. We have Miss Lewis. So 7th graders last year, you probably remember her. She's moving up with you guys, and she's going to be our language arts teacher in 8th grade. And then we have Miss O'Neill. She's teaching 7th grade, and she's also our 8th grade representative that sits on our leadership committee. And then we have Mr. Couliard, who's new to us this year. He will be teaching social studies. And then for Team B, again, students that are on Team B, you will have the same language arts, social studies, science, and math teacher. So Mrs. Pirtle, she is new to us this year, so we would love to welcome Ms. Pirtle to the 8th grade team. Ms. Murphy, social studies, she's returning to us this year. And Ms. Kellum, teaching science, she's also new to WGMS this year. And then Mr. Key, he'll be teaching math. He's returning to us as well. So another trivia question. Which 8th grade teacher knows how to train chickens to sit? Which 8th grade teacher knows how to train chickens to sit? So Ms. Brown, can you go back to Team A and Team B real quick so you guys could check out who you think might be training chickens how to sit? Give you 5 more seconds. All right. So it is the amazing and wonderful Miss Lewis. So she's our language arts teacher, and she teaches chickens how to sit, and she has the most amazing eggs that she provides to some of us here at school. So we're truly thankful for her. All right. Ms. Brown, is it back to you yet?
I believe so. I think Mr. Walter is still having some technical issues, so we're just going to keep on rolling here. Hopefully he can jump in and join us shortly. The next question is, what do I do if I need a device? And what if my device isn't working? Well, we talked about this morning already. If you don't have a device, the first thing you need to do is fill out that device request form on the Western Guilford Middle School website. And that's really important so that we can reserve one for you. For the rest of this week, we will be distributing devices from 8:30 until 5. So we're going to try to stagger folks so that we can socially distance. 6th grade will ask you to come from 8:30 until 11. 7th grade, you can come from 11 until 2. And then 8th grade, if you'll come from 2 until 5. Now, if you really can't make the time for your grade level, we will of course accommodate you if you need to come at a different time. But again, we're just trying to stagger folks so we can socially distance and not get all grouped up. You will need to go to the rear of our campus near the athletic fields. And again, Ms. McClanahan and Ms. Robertson are there. They'll direct you, and our admin team will be there to greet you as well. So again, that's what you do this week if you need a device. And we'll give our devices out as long as we have them. We do have a shortage in our district right this minute, so we will give them out. If you need one, this is the time to come get one. We can only do one per family because we are limited. However, we do want to help everyone to be able to get connected so you can be successful. If you have problems with your device, what do? First, let your teacher know. It may be something simple that they can help you work through. If they can't help you, then Miss Denny, our media specialist, will help. And then if necessary, they'll call technology services in. So those are the steps to do if you have a device that isn't working. And I am privileged to introduce our stupendous 7th grade, beginning with our Team A, beginning with Miss Wilkins. Miss Wilkins is back with us this year, and she is excited about teaching science, as is Miss Coach Parker. And Coach Parker is joining that A team with social studies. Miss Ortega will be hitting the books with ELA. And then Miss Trimble is teaching math, rounding out our Team A. So welcome to all of our 7th grade Stupendous Team A members. And then for Team B, we have Miss Richards, who's ready for the runway for math. She's ready to bring you in and get you ready for a great year, as is Miss Danner, who's new to our school officially this year. She was student teaching in 6th grade last year, and she's going to be our 7th grade ELA teacher. So excited she's here. Mr. Frimpong is rejoining us this year as our math and science teacher for Team B. And Miss Fleming is also teaching science along with social studies for Team B, as well as Miss Mann. Miss Mann has come on up to 7th grade, and she's excited about teaching social studies in ELA. So again, we have our fantastic Team B working with our students along with our Team A, and I think we're ready for another trivia question. Which 7th grade teacher crochets toy animals? Who might that be? Let me flip back up here to see who that could be. Give you a couple seconds to look. Who do you think it is? And then there's Team B. Let you think on that. Give you about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're ready to find out. It's Miss Danner. Miss Danner is our resident crochet expert. She can make all types of things with crochet, really amazing. So if that's one of the things you enjoy, please reach out to Miss Danner and be sure to welcome her to Western Guilford Middle School as well. Okay, Mr. Walter, are you ready?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome. We're glad you were able to jump in. I'm going to let you pick up from here.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. We're making history today, August the 17th. I think it's a historical day because we're starting classes. We started the school year, the 2020 and 2021 school year remotely. So I'm very excited to be here with you, joining you today. And you're probably wondering what happens after the first 3 weeks after Labor Day. After Labor Day, we will follow an A day, B day schedule for live instruction. Students will have live instruction with teachers on those days using the remote learning calendar. During those days, students should complete assignments for all classes when they are assigned, whether they have live instruction for that class or not. So make sure that you're not only attending your live instruction of the day, but you're also complete the assignments that are posted for the different subjects on campus. We're going to the next one, please, Ms. Brown. And I have the pleasure now to introduce you to our sensational 6th grade team. And if we start from the left-hand side of the screen, we have a picture of Miss Bean. She's going to be teaching science and ELA. Miss Alakat is new to us, and she's going to be teaching math and social studies. Miss Veach is going to be doing ELA and social studies. And Miss Kate Lane, she's returning to us again this year. She's going to be doing math and science. The next slide. We have Mrs. Hobson, she's going to be doing math and science. Mr. Avent is going to be teaching ELA and social studies. And then Miss Oxendine, she's new to us, coming to our school this year. She's going to be teaching math and science. Mr. Anderson is going to be doing science and social studies. And Mrs. Benoit is going to be doing ELA and social studies.
Oops. And Mr. Walter, I apologize. I didn't separate the slides, but you can share this
so
information.
This is a fun fact. Which sixth grade teacher is training for a 50K marathon? And as we just introduced her to you guys, she's new to us, to our staff. Her name is Mrs. Alakat. We're very excited that she's joining us this school year. She's going to be doing math and social studies. So make sure you ask her about the training and what it takes to train for a 50K marathon.
All right, so I will pick up next. Thanks, Mr. Walter. I'm sorry, Mr. Arrington, you will pick up next. Sorry, didn't mean to step on your toes there.
All right. So where do I get school updates and information? Each day, please, please, please check your teacher's Canvas courses. Make sure you're checking in with the homeroom, because that's going to be where you connect with your teacher for attendance, as Ms. Brown stated. But there are going to be other updates that are going to come through your homeroom Canvas page or any of your core teacher or encore teacher pages. Our website, the WGMS website, so please make sure you save that as one of your favorites or bookmarks in your browser. If you're not following us on Facebook, please, please, please follow us on Facebook. Ms. Hill updates this daily. If there is any information that's coming out, she definitely puts it on Facebook immediately, first thing in the morning. And then we also have something new this year, new to the entire school, but some teachers have used it in the past. We have Remind, so please make sure you're checking your text messages and you're getting those updates in real time. So we have our exemplary encore staff. Our encore teachers, these are our classes where students have the opportunity to explore different careers beyond the core classes. So we have the amazing Miss Woodard. She's our art teacher, and students that were here last year, you know she's amazing. She has been taking our blank canvas as a school and turning into an amazing piece of artwork. We have Ms. Mahan. She's our teacher for food and consumer science. We have Mr. Good for tech education. And then we have Mrs. Holmes, our business education teacher. So students that are in these classes, please make sure you're connecting with your encore teachers because you never know where these encore classes will lead you into a career path. And then we have Coach Phillips, who's our PE teacher, Coach Sexton, also our PE teacher. So students, if you're in PE, please make sure you're connecting with them. A lot of times you'll be doing most of the same activities. So if you have friends that are in classes with each other, please make sure you're connecting with them. Mr. Thomas, who's our amazing director of bands, and then Ms. Fowler, who's our amazing orchestra and chorus teacher. And then we have Ms. Mann, who is our ESL teacher, English as a second language. Senior Paul Sexton, who's our Spanish teacher. And then Mrs. Moore, who's our reading lab teacher. Which encore teacher was a machinist at Wrangler before becoming a teacher? So which one of our encore teachers was a machinist at Wrangler before becoming a teacher? So Ms. Brown's going to back up a couple of slides so you can review our amazing encore staff, and then you could take a good guess at who was a machinist with Wrangler. All right. So Ms. Brown, you can go ahead to the next slide. It was Coach Sexton, our PE teacher. So he worked at Wrangler prior to becoming the amazing and phenomenal PE teacher that he is. So we appreciate Coach Sexton for coming to education. He's touched a lot of student lives. All right, Ms. Brown.
All righty, good deal. Thanks, Mr. Arrington. I just wanted to mention, since we're speaking of Coach Sexton, he's also our athletic director, and Ms. Phillips is our co-athletic director. Of course, we know that this fall we won't have sports, but we are listening, of course, to the decisions that our state is making in terms of athletics. And whenever we're able to bring sports back, we're looking forward to a continued fantastic tradition with our Tiger athletics. So if you have questions about anything dealing with that, you can certainly touch base with Coach Sexton. This is a question that has come up with everyone, and we're just not sure right now what will happen. Will we return to face-to-face instruction this year? Well, we will find out when the Guilford County School Board makes the decisions about what happens after October 20th, and they will do that in September. So right now, all of our schools are remote for the first 9 weeks. If you chose an all-year virtual option, then you've actually transferred to the e-learning academy, which is our newest school in Guilford County. And certainly you'll have that opportunity to learn remotely all year long. At the end of this year, you can make a decision about next school year if you did decide to attend virtually. But for those of us that are here at Western Guilford, along with the rest of our county, our school board will make that decision in September about what will happen after the first 9 weeks. So we're going to continue on until we get that information and focus on being successful this first 9 weeks. Okay, we want to continue by introducing our superb support staff, beginning with our 6th grade counselor, Ms. Sims. She is always has a listening ear. Can we talk? They've set up a great counselor's corner on our NC Cloud Canvas page. They have a Canvas page for you. If you need any support, you can reach out to them and they'll check in. They'll also be, of course, working at school sometimes, but they'll be doing home visits and other things to support our students as we work through our remote learning. We also have Mr. Flowers, who is our brand new 7th grade counselor. So excited to bring him in. He'll be shared between us and Allen Middle School. So he'll be with us on Monday, half day Tuesday, and full day Thursday. And certainly we're glad he's joining our team. And we also have Miss Murray coming in with lots of energy as our 8th grade counselor. She's always here to help any of our students, but she primarily works with 8th grade. So those are part of our support staff. And then we are welcoming back Mrs. Fox. Mrs. Fox is our social worker. She is shared with us and McNair Elementary. She is with us on, let me get this right, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so she's with us Friday for part of the day. And so we're so happy to have her back. And Miss Denny, our media specialist, you can see that she is ready to go this year. Purple is her favorite color, and I want to thank her for her work in helping me put this presentation together. She is here to support you remotely or face-to-face, whatever happens this school year. You can reach out to her by email or through our school or through our media page on Canvas as well. So lots of wonderful support for you all as we work through this school year. Okay, here is our final trivia. Which support staff has over 1,000 records? Who do you think has over 1,000 records in their possession? Now, you may not know what a record is. Back in the day, I'm not going to start naming years. This is how we listen to music. We actually had records instead of being able to pull things up on YouTube or Pandora or different places like that. We had to purchase records. So one of our staff members has over 1,000 records at their house. Who do you think that might be? I'm going to show another glimpse at our support staff. See, who do you think it is? Counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here's our answer. It is Mr. Flowers. It is. Mr. Flowers is our new 7th grade counselor, and he loves music. So we'll look forward to talking to him more about his collection and, of course, helping him to get acclimated to Western Guilford Middle School. He's here to support you. We are looking forward to a virtually awesome school year this year. We are here to answer questions for you. We'll take about maybe 5 minutes to answer questions. I know Miss Denny has been in the background for me as we've been talking, and there is a Q&A button if you are online, and I'm going to set it up now, that you can ask a question and we will be able to see what your question is so that we can answer those for you. I think we may have some questions in there. Okay, I see one student, thank you. I think this, yes, I see one of our students said, I didn't get a schedule. Great question. So schedules were mailed out on Friday. We had to really push to get those out to you. We had to make some changes just in terms of our staffing in last week. And so I want to thank our counseling team for getting those mailed. Those were mailed on Friday. So if you did not get it in the mail on Saturday, you should receive it today, hopefully, if your address is correct. If you don't receive it today, you can, once Canvas is back up, pull it up. You can also email your homeroom teacher to ask what your schedule is. And your homeroom teacher should have called you to give you your schedule. If they weren't able to get in touch with you, certainly we will find a way to get in touch with you. But that was what happened. We expect you to have your schedule soon. And I'm looking, I don't see any more questions right now. Does anyone else have questions for us as we continue? Any other questions? You can type those into the chat. I see some highs. Oh, another one. How long has Western Guilford been around? That is a great question. Well, we have been in our brand new building since 2018. So we have been a new school since 2018. We're excited about being in one of the newest buildings, the newest building in Guilford County. So certainly a beautiful place, a very secure place. And so we definitely want to continue to take good care of our building and make sure that it's the best place that it can be. I can tell you that prior to being Western Guilford, we were Guilford Middle School, and Guilford Middle School has a rich tradition. It's been around actually since the 20s in different ways. So certainly we're excited to be here this school year. I'm going to keep asking questions. Someone said, I don't know what Encore is. That's new to me. And I know that our moderators are answering questions as well. Encore are what elementary students call specials. Encore is what was called specials. And so you're going to have 2 Encore classes each day on a regular day. Now, remember, we're in a remote learning schedule, so things are a little different. If we were face to face, you would have 2 Encore classes each day. But since we're in the remote, you will need to follow the schedule that I sent out. If you don't have that schedule, you can also get it from our website. Okay. I see another question. Can I still sign up for Virtual Academy? You certainly can. You can sign up for Virtual Academy until September 15th. Virtual Academy is like e-learning, and that would mean you would be transferring from our school to a different school. So please be sure that's what you want to do. We've had some folks to get confused and actually wanted to be re-enrolled here. So be sure that you check in with your family and be sure that's the right decision for you. If you have questions about it, you can call our school and check in with Ms. Hill. Did Ms. Wright leave? Yes, Ms. Wright moved. She moved away. She moved to Raleigh, to Wake County, and so we certainly miss her, and we've had new folks to come in that will be teaching the subject she taught. So we wish her a great school year. Okay. Are we going to be on video chat? Well, when you are in lessons with your teachers, you will have an opportunity to video chat. There are so many people in this call, we couldn't necessarily do it for this, but when you meet with your teachers, you'll have a chance to come on camera. Yes. Someone said, I don't have a student ID or lunch number to use in Canvas. When you get your schedule in the mail, that should have your student ID number in it to get in. If you still can't find it, please call our school and we will help you with that. If you have any schedule issues, one of our folks said that my Encore did not appear. If your Encore didn't appear, you're missing one, please email the counselors, either Ms. Sims or Ms. Murray, and they will assist you with that. If you were at Guilford Elementary, then more than likely you're going to have a schedule. Check your mail today. If you don't get a schedule today, you can certainly call the school. But all of our feeders, if you were a fifth grader and you came up to Western Guilford, we registered you to come here unless you submitted um, a withdrawal to go to a different school. We're expecting you to come here. I'm not sure when Canvas will be back online. That is so unfortunate that that happened this morning, but we've learned things happen with technology. It's actually down statewide. And so we're just going to be patient and wait for direction. In the meantime, this time will certainly not be counted against you. And we will send out a message as soon as Canvas is back up and running. Someone asked, will we go to school after 9 weeks and stay in school? I can't wait to go in school. You know what? I feel the same way. I wish I could see you guys face to face, but we want everyone to be safe. So our Guilford County School Board will make the decision in September about what will happen after October 20th. So make sure you pay attention to the news in September so that we can hear what they would like to do. And they just want to make sure everyone's safe before we come back to school. If we come back to face, will masks be mandatory? They are mandatory, and we expect every one of our students to wear masks so that everyone can be safe. We're not going to focus on consequences. We're going to focus on everyone, helping everyone to be as safe as possible. It is expected that you wear a mask when you come to school. And if you don't have a mask, we will have masks for you. We'll work with your families to get that. So everybody, let's work together. Let's be Tiger Strong and make that happen. Okay, someone asked about live instruction. Great question. Um, will you be face to face? When we say live instruction, that means you're on camera. And right now, I am live with you, kind of, sort of. You're not able to speak back to me, but anywhere on your schedule it says live, that's where your teacher will be in a platform with you so that you can talk and respond back and forth. Okay. Good questions. How will face-to-face teaching work if it comes back? There's a whole lot of rules we'll have to follow if we come back to school to make sure everyone's safe. So as we get closer to that, we will certainly make sure everyone's clear. So when you come in, you'll know what to do. Make sure that you check our website, check the Guilford County Schools website, because there are a lot of plans and scenarios that our school system has developed based on what the school board decides. So yes, it will look different if we are face to face again. When does school end? Well, that's a great question. Our typical school day right now is between 8 and 4, but we understand that families have sometimes some different needs with technology. So we will be recording the lessons for you. If something happens, and let's say you and your brother have to share, and for some reason you miss your live lesson, you can certainly go back and catch that later on your teacher's page. But make every effort to be there if you can. That will help because you'll be present to be able to answer questions and interact with your teacher, be part of that lesson. Boy, y'all have lots of great questions. You might have to add another 5 minutes here. Let's see. I want to get you off before 10 o'clock in the event that we're able to get back in. We've talked about schedules. If you don't get it in the mail today, you can certainly reach out to us, but your teachers should be calling you so you'll know your classes as well if you haven't gotten a call from your teachers. Let's see. We've talked about schedule changes. If you have a question about your schedule, that means you need to email the counselors and they will assist you. Ms. Wise is not with us right now. You're right. She is not on the schedule right now. So I'll let her know that you asked about her this year. Which video message app are we going to be mainly using? We'll be using Teams. Teams is a big one. There's also a Canvas function where you can have live lessons. So that will be another one. But Teams will be the primary one that we'll be using. Is there a Math 2 teacher? Well, our students that are taking Math 2 will take it through our our virtual public schools. Mr. Arrington, do you want to speak to that? about Math 2 students, how that will work for them?
Yes, so for the Math 2 students, you guys will take Math 2 through the North Carolina Virtual Public Schools. And Miss Murray, she's going to be your direct connect person here in the building. She's our school counselor. So she sent out communications to your parents because we would need email addresses for your parents to sign consent for you to take the Math 2 course online. Due to the scheduling needs, unfortunately, we're not able to provide that instruction to you through our campus. But if we come back to school and when we come back to school, you will be in a class, you will be in a math classroom to receive support during that time. But you will have Math 2 taken online for the entire school year. And if you have any questions regarding that, please do not hesitate to reach out to Ms. Murray or myself, and we can answer any questions further for that.
Thanks, Mr. Arrington. So I have a person that asked a question about a medical condition. If I have asthma or something else going on, certainly you can reach out to our school nurse. Our school nurse is new to us this year. Her name is Nurse Forsyth, and she can assist you with the medical plan to support your medical need. Any decisions that are made, of course, we're going to send out through our Facebook page, through our Connected. So if you're not a person that watches the news, you will hear it many different ways, and you will be certainly informed about the decision. Can you get paperwork? Well, we are working from the Canvas platform. We are hopefully going to get everyone connected so that you can have access to that and there won't be a need for paperwork. If you're having an issue with an assignment, then reach out to your teacher and they will work with you. There is no limit to the number of seats for the virtual academy. If you choose to go that route, you can do so by registering through your School Mint account. Someone asked, will other kids be face-to-face too? Right now, all of Guilford County is remote. No one is face-to-face at this point. That will be a decision that the school board makes. And thank you for asking how we're doing. Mr. Walter, how are you doing? How's your day going? Someone asked that question about us. How is your day so far?
So far, so good. I had some technical issues, but so far, so good. And I was checking, I was able to log into NC Cloud. So it appears that NC Cloud is back up and running now.
Excellent. That is awesome news. So once I'm going to let you guys off in just a minute, I'm going to answer a few more questions and then we're going to let you all go. However, we did have homeroom welcomes at 10 o'clock. So if you are able to get into Canvas, I'm going to ask my teachers to be prepared to welcome you. If not, we will record the session and I promise you we'll reach out to you today. Okay. Let's see. I think we've answered. What will we do during PE for remote learning? You will complete PE remotely. The teachers are ready to teach you exactly what to do at home so that you can fulfill that requirement. Okay, some of the questions I've already answered. Student expectations are in that remote learning PowerPoint. I'm sorry, in the remote learning letter that I sent home. So if you have questions about that, you can reach out. Remember that students, you should log on every day, beginning at 8:30 to answer the question of the day. And then you need to check each of your teacher's Canvas pages each day to see what's needed. You're going to follow the schedule that we have discussed, and you're going to be great and successful. And of course, reach out if you have questions about anything. The last question that I'm going to answer is about our virtual orientations. Parents and students, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, you can attend a virtual orientation to teach you a little bit more about how you can access Canvas as a family. Those will be held at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6:30 p.m. this week virtually. And then next week, we are going to offer some face-to-face sessions. Those do have a limited number of slots. However, if we need to add more, we'll do so down the road. That will be the exact same information, how to access Canvas, that type of thing. Again, laptop pickup, you need to go to the Western Guilford Middle School website, fill out the link, And then you can come on campus today to pick up your laptop. 6th grade, we're asking you to come between 8:30 and 11. 7th grade between 11 and 2, and 8th grade between 2 and 5. And that's just so we can stagger folks so that we're not all waiting in line. We want to be sure we're socially distanced. Make sure you fill out that link before you come so that you'll be prepared, and be sure to wear a mask as well, okay? Last question I'll answer real quick. We're not doing sports right now. There is no sports for Guilford County middle schools right now. As that changes, we'll let you know. So again, I'm going to stop at this point with our live session. It's been great talking to you. We will schedule another one soon, but in the meantime, please direct your questions to your homeroom teachers, and they will do their very best to support you. Mr. Arrington has one more thing to share.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure if we covered it, but every student is going to have a minimum of 3 encore classes. You take 2 per semester. So I see a lot of questions about encore, and some encore classes are year-long. So if you're in a music class, that's orchestra, chorus, or band. If you're in 7th and 8th grade and you're in Spanish, that's going to also be year-long. And if you are in ESL with Ms. Mann or in Reading Lab with Ms. Moore, they are also year-long classes. So if you have one of those classes, you're going to only have 3 encore classes. If you are not in one of those classes, you should have 4 encore classes. Okay, so if you have questions about that, please talk to your homeroom teacher about that. So I see a lot of students, they're missing one. You may not be missing an encore if you're in one of those courses I described.
Thanks, Mr. Arrington. Mr. Walter, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
If you could kindly remind students of the NC Cloud Passport, because some of them were asking here on the live chat about the NC Ed Cloud Passport, that we have a new one for this year. Yes,
it is. Actually, all of our logins are posted on our website, but for NC Cloud, it is WGMS Tigers 2020. That would be what you need to use. And I'll type that in now. I will tell you, we've had to update those from last year. So if that doesn't work for you, you can use the one that you used last year. But everyone should be updating to WGMS Tigers 2020. Okay. So that's going to end our session for today. So great talking to everyone. We look forward to welcoming you back virtually as we work through this 9 weeks, helping you be successful, and we will be in touch with you very soon. On behalf of all our Tigers, have a great first day. We'll make a connected call as soon as NC Cloud is back up and running. Have a great day. Bye-bye.